Right, so question 6, what we have here is process costing. So what we have here is that we have all of this going into this cauldron. So we have materials, labor, and overheads of 18,744 going into this cauldron. And then this is everything. And so it says that we will are making, if you like, 3,200 units, and that's wonderful. Now, if I suppose you could use a process costing account, so you have 18744 units, and this is of course valued. Sorry, it's the other way around. You have 3,200 units, and these of course are valued at 18,744. Now, it does say that, listen, in terms of if you wish to find what the standard cost is of a unit, which is ultimately what we're trying to find, you expect to lose a certain amount, and that's what we refer to as normal loss. So find the normal loss of this thing here of 3%. So 3% of 3,200 units is 96. So we expect, I'll just change my pen color. We expect to lose 96 units. I mean, so think about it. Ordinarily, I would like to spread all of this value over the 3,200, but I can't because I'm going to lose 96 units. But those 96 units, those 96 units, those 96 units have value. It says here they can be sold for £1.25. So, if you like, I can't include them. That's £120 longer in this value. They're separate. Think about it as two separate stock profiles. You have 3,200 less than 96, and then the rest, that 3,000 less 96 is valued, of course, at 1877 less 120, because you have these 96 units that are valued at 120. So I suppose from an accounting point of view, you have 96 units valued at £120. And that's what you kind of have if you're dealing with this from a T accounting point of view. The point here is that the value of these remaining items, so the 3,200 minus the 96, is 3,104, and these are 18744. 18744 minus 120 is 1818624. So you have 3,104 good units that are valued at 18,624. So the value of each of those good units is 3,104. This is your standard cost, £6. That's your standard cost of making a unit, £6. Now, if you have any deviations, which is what we're really interested in, deviation, we can now analyze that. So it tells us that actually what happened was you had actual output of 3,050. So it means that if you were expecting 3,104 good units, but you have 3,050 units, it means that some of the units went bad. So the question is, how do we assess that? Well, we can know what that number were. 3,104 should have come out. Only 3,050 have come out. So let's find the difference. So 3,104 minus 3,050 is 54 units. So you have 54 units that are abnormal. But those units, of course, are valued at £6 as well, right? This question is asking for the abnormal loss. So I mean, in the end, I have 3,050 good units at £6, and I have 54 units that have gone awry, or have, if you like, been stolen, or have been inefficiently produced and aren't very good, as well at £6. So devaluing the abnormal loss, I will be doing 54 times 6, 54 times 6, which is 324. So that takes us to B. But the question could have asked you for the good units. I mean, in completing this thing here, 305 times 6. Right, let me just clean this space up a little now. So your T account or your process account would look like that. 3050 times 6, which is 18,300. Here you have, of course, the 120, and then, of course, so these are your key figures here, and then you have the 54 times 6, which is 324. 324. So those are your three figures on the right to contend with that. Cool, great stuff. Let's move on. That's question 6. So question 7 here says that these people are sleeping in this place paying £56 per night. If you're paying every night, it is strong sense of variability. There's no fixed cost involved. If there's no fixed element, if you stay a night, you pay. If you leave, you don't pay. So it's almost, I suppose, a simple argument of marginal costing. Costs are incurred with the production of every extra unit, or in technical terms, no cost is incurred if the production does not carry on. And there you have that. Right, okay, let's look at this. This wants us to look at a bit of absorption costing, but they want to know what the item's standard cost is. So let's find the total cost, right? So I'll just do it on this side, total. Right, what do I have here? £3.10 times 3 kilograms, nothing here. So £3.10 times 3 is what I'm saying. £3.10 times 3 is £9.30. £9.30. Then I have £6.30 times 2. £6.30 times 2 is £12.60. £12.60. Yes, that's the £6.30 times 2. Then I have £10.50 times, well, both hours. £10.50 times 9, which is 94.5. Right, we have that £10.50 times 9 because you're paying right per hour, and then you have £17 times, well, you have 2 hours going on in there. 17 times 2, and you have 34. You have 34. It also says you have production overheads at a rate of £5 per labor hour. So the question here is, here are all the labor hours. Every hour you had £5 associated with it of overhead. So 5 times 6 plus 3, 9, plus the 2, 11, which gives you 55. And you have a total. So let's look at that. What is that total? £9.30 plus £12.60 plus 94.5 plus 34 plus 55. And that brings you to £205.40. £205.40. And that's question 8. That's question 8. Let's look at question 9. Question 9 is telling us about this. You're making these products, but if you think about it, you make 25% of blue, then 25,000 of green, and you're going on and so forth. This is classic batch costing, isn't it? Or batch production. You're making lots of things in batches. So the answer there is batch accounting. And then finally, I don't know if we did something like this already in this very short, or it might have been in the progress test. The point here is that what is the accountant putting into the accounts? Whatever the accountant likes, he can put in the accounts. In the end, it must reconcile to what actually happened. So however you have determined your average cost, not a problem, and they have used this budget to find this, right? So obviously what happened was you had a total cost of 200,000. You must have had a total number of hours of 50,000 hours, a budgeted 50,000 hours, and that's why you did that to get 4, you see. So that's fine. You've got the 4, no problem. You now start putting 4 with every hour that happens. So you've put 4 times 53,000. In what actually happened was every hour that you produce, you put 4. 4 times 53 takes you to 4 times 53. 4 times 53 takes you to 212,000. That's what you've put into your accounts, right? Expenses, 212,000. Accruals, 212,000. Change my pen color. You now find out, oh, wait a minute, actual overheads are actually 222. So we haven't put in enough. We need to put in an extra 10, right, to top it up. Get it there. So technically, as at this point, you have underabsorbed. By 10,000. Right, great stuff. And that's 6 to 10.